friend went camping last weekend and came out of her tent on Saturday to find all the kids dancing around, cheering, because Donald Trump had COVID-19. "It made me feel so bleak," she said. "He has turned us all into trolls." My friend, it should be mentioned, is Australian. This scene around the campfire took place in Australia. And I agree, the thought of a bunch of kids in another country celebrating the US president contracting a potentially fatal disease is a little depressing. But what about if you're American, or living in America right now? What is the appropriate reaction to the news in that case? Trump has made us all smaller and meaner. Credit. Getty Images. President Trump's in the hospital from COVID, announced comedian Chris Rock at the start of his monologue on Saturday Night Live the weekend the news broke. "And I just want to say, my heart goes out to COVID." On social media, there were plenty more mean-spirited jokes to go around. "You lose all sense of taste with COVID, so how long has he had it?" Read one tweet, accompanied by a picture of Trump in his gilded Fifth Avenue palace. Advertisement still. Most people not in the MAGA camp chose to heed Michelle Obama's advice to go high. Barack Obama sent best wishes, but evidently found it hard to muster much more than that. "We're all Americans and we're all human beings, and we want to make sure everybody is healthy." Read his note, which was pretty gracious considering Trump insinuated his presidency was illegitimate. The actor Mandy Patinkin posted a clip of himself looking blankly into the camera at home for 1 minute and 14 seconds. The subtext was clear. Patinkin couldn't say anything nice, so he said nothing at all. "I felt a twinge of sympathy when in Trump's first Twitter video after the diagnosis, with a face the color of boiled barramundi, he thanked everyone for their sympathy and added, 'I will never forget it.' But then questions emerged on whether he had attended a closed-door campaign fundraiser, with a buffet lunch, after he tested positive. And whether, perhaps, he had even shown up late to the debate with Joe Biden earlier in the week to avoid getting tested. If there were any doubt about how Trump would have reacted were it Biden who was sick, footage from 4 years ago was a pretty good clue. In October 2016, Hillary Clinton was hospitalized, briefly, with pneumonia. At a rally that night Trump had mimicked her, his limbs flopping around. "She can't make it 15 feet to her car," he said, and then, with a snarl, "Give me a break." Trump has made us all smaller and meaner. His superpower is dragging everyone into the gutter. But are Americans ghoulish for allowing themselves even the slightest pleasure in his misfortune? Before you answer, recall that, in addition to those wealthy donors, and his Secret Service agents, and White House cleaners, and the families of both, he has endangered the life of every person who lives in this country. Cornell University researchers analyzed 38 million articles about the pandemic in the media and found that Trump is, by far, the greatest single driver of misinformation about the virus. He knew long before we did just how deadly COVID is, and even how it was transmitted, but chose to keep that knowledge to himself. And, as the highest official in the land, he made clear in his actions that each of us was on our own in the greatest public health crisis of the century. Isn't that hysterical? To read more from Good Weekend magazine, visit our page at the Sydney Morning Herald, The Age, and Brisbane Times. Have a good weekend. All week we deliver the best of Good Weekend to your inbox so it's there when you're ready to read. Sign up for the Herald's Good Weekend newsletter here and The Age's here. Send every Saturday. Amelia Lester is a regular columnist and writer with Good Weekend. Most viewed in world. Let's block ads.
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.